I talk with my hands. I can't stop, I won't stop. It's a part of me. And it's gotten to the point where I don't even need to be talking for my hands to be moving. Sometimes when I'm even just thinking about something, my hands are moving. On my life, there are times I've caught myself reading something on my computer and I catch myself doing this. Usually when I'm filming a video, I try to keep it a little more under control. Yes, that is actually what a little under control looks like. Usually when I'm filming a video, I try so hard to focus on being articulate and speaking clearly that the rest of my body just freezes up to focus in on speaking. And in my own personal headcanon, I'd like to believe that I have some amount of editing skills. Lie to me, please. But I'm trying to make it easier for myself, so if I have a jump cut somewhere, I don't want my hands here and then starting it again and it's gonna be over here. I want some sort of continuity. Does it work? No. Are my intentions just so good? 100% at all times, and that's the important part. All this to say, I don't know if it's true for the rest of my gesticulation girlies, gesticulation gaggle groupies. No, okay, I'm trying too hard to make the alliteration work. I don't know if this is true for everybody else, but just because I talk with my hands doesn't mean that while I'm talking, my hands are moving out of my control. I'm always in control, mostly. But every movement, every gesture means something. So today, I'm going to demonstrate to you what a few common gestures mean for me in the context of the monologue, the dialogue, the group conversation, whatever the yap may be. Before you ask, yes, it is absolutely necessary that I'm now standing up for the demonstration. I needed that mindset change. Now my hands aren't just gonna stay on my lap and free. Since I'm standing up, I'm just a little more fluid. So it's gonna be a little more natural now. Plus you can see my hands a little bit better, and I got my nails done today and they look really nice. So this is good for me. This is good for you. This is good for me. It's good for everybody. Let's continue. So to begin, my hands always exist like right here. Always in this area. Ready to move, ready to do whatever. They just exist right here. It is probably why I have shoulder issues, because I'm always just like ready to go. And I'm starting this list so strong by starting with a gesture that I can't really even perfectly define. So we're starting with this. This is just normal, everyday, casual conversation. I'm talking water cooler talk. I'm talking how's the weather? How was your weekend? Any neutral type of conversation, whatever neutral may be. It's just this, moving around with the emphasis of each word or so. You see, emphasis. So this is just me moving as I am talking, following the words. Go figure. So it definitely gets a little more grand if I'm talking about something I'm a little more excited about, or when I'm just being a little more animated. The louder I get, the louder my movements become. For the sake of the video, and for the sake of being entertaining, I'm speaking a little bit louder. My gestures are a little more wild to make up for it, to compensate. Because if I was just talking in my normal voice, this is how I talk. This is what I look like. This is boring. This does not sound entertaining. This does not sound fun. Honestly, what I've realized though is that it's a good thing I'm short, because my wingspan is not that big, because I could do some serious damage. Or maybe I just have no depth perception, but do you know how many times I've hit someone or something while I'm talking? And I'm only partially ashamed to admit that I've actually broken my nail a couple of times because I've slammed it into something while I'm chatting. And I get the good stuff. My nails shouldn't break. I get dip powder. It's strong. Not strong enough apparently, but it's strong. So moving off this general baseline, we have this move. And it's more like I'm just trying to reach out to somebody, which is basically what I'm doing with this move. I'm trying to get someone to engage with me. This is my listen to me, hear me out. And this hear me out will turn into this. This is gossip, this is tea, this is me spreading the word, and you should be listening. So whenever this is happening, something important is happening and you are about to be a part of it. So the engaging to gossip, this duo is very important. So another important gesture is when you're hitting with the emphasis. Very different, it is very different from the more neutral conversation hitting with the emphasis. This is you're making a point. This is so important for emphasis because you are driving that point home. As if I can't just do it with my own voice. No, this is a total body experience. And this important emphasis really flows nicely from our general neutral conversation, because now I'm generally talking neutrally about something, whatever that means, that I'm making a point and emphasizing it. But this also translates nicely into the this the build. We're conversing, we're emphasizing, we're building upon the conversation. And the last gesture is so quintessential. Quintessential? Quintessential. That's a hard word. That's a hard word for me, apparently. When I do this, you're gonna look at me and you're gonna go stereotype, and you know what? You're gonna be right. And I mean this in the most unironic way possible. Guys, I do this all the time. It is the perfect gesture. It is everything. Sometimes I just do this instead of actually verbally responding, and I get my point across. It could mean a myriad of different things. It's all yes, obviously, or no, how could you think that? It's the emphasis, it's the point, it's the conclusion. It is the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. I've noticed in myself in particular that this gesture comes out a lot when I'm complaining or annoyed about something, or in those like conversational arguments where you're kind of arguing, but there's a heavy /J going on the entire time. Honestly, I don't know how anybody can talk to me when I'm like that, because I must look ridiculous, because I look like, and now she's looking at me as if I'm the one that made that call, as if I'm the one in the wrong, as if she wasn't the one who did that. But of course, this gesture could also mean the total opposite, because it is the peak of the peak, pinnacle of the pinnacle. It is perfect whenever we're talking about chef's kiss. So to recap, we have general discussion, listen to me, informational giving, emphasis, building upon, and yes, no, I'm so happy, I'm so annoyed, what are you talking about, make it make sense, anything. And nothing exists in a vacuum. All these gestures are just going to flow together and be this and be that. I just try to separate them out and define them for the sake of the video. And can I just say, this was one of the funniest videos for me to script out, because I know what I'm doing while I'm talking. But to actually sit in front of my computer and to break down each one of my movements was so difficult, because half the time I was just sitting in front of my computer going, so it is one thing for me to acknowledge what I'm doing in my head, but for me to actually define what I am doing, I had to keep doing the gesture and to understand. So I was talking and trying to catch myself with what I'm doing to figure out what it actually means. This was very difficult, honestly. Okay, I think that is enough for today. So thank you so much for watching and letting me ramble about my gesticulation tendencies. Comment down below if any of this related to you, made sense, or maybe you've started thinking about your gestures in a different way. Or maybe you haven't, because who thinks about this stuff except for me, apparently? So you can subscribe and watch my last video over here. Hit the like button down below, and if I ever hit you while I was speaking, I am sorry. I'm gonna do it again. Until next time.